And that sounded like funny. Oh well. Today I'm going to talk about something that happened the other day, and it was a little bit horrific. At the moment I've got a dog called Bear, and he's a big mastiff, and he's huge. I really didn't expect to like big dogs, but he is just gorgeous. He's a lovely dog. He's so nice. And I have a 4-year-old son, and so I was a bit worried, but he's been with kids for his whole life, so he's fine with it. He's not cat friendly, so he can't be with my cat, which is kind of a pain because my cat was an inside-outside cat before, and now she has to stay in. So before I got Bear, I had chickens. Happy little chickens. I like chickens. I've always wanted chickens. Oh my goodness, I'm so uncomfortable. I just need to move. I built them a chook shed. It's very secure and they've never got out of it. We've had a lot of rain lately and the dirt here is really non-absorbent. The chook yard is just this mud bowl. There's no grass there because they've eaten it all. I just felt bad for the chickens because they live in this big pile of mud that doesn't get quite enough sunshine, so the ground doesn't really dry out. So I wanted to let them out so they could have a free range in the yard. I've done this before and I've locked the dog up in the shed. He barked the whole time and I felt really guilty because it's dark in there. There's no windows. I felt really cruel doing it. I thought it'd be easy to just tether the dog, let the chickens out for a bit, put them back in. It'd be fine. As you can probably tell, it did not go to plan. Oh, it was bad. I tied him up to the clothesline. I sat with him and I gave him his food and I thought it would be fine. And we let the chickens out. He wanted to chase them. You could tell from the start, but I figured, you know, he'd be alright. And he sort of sat there with that little... It was all going really well, but I completely underestimated how stupid the chickens are. Oh my goodness. They did a lap around the yard and then they just came right into the space where he was tied up. And so I'm holding the dog so that he didn't go them, and I'm trying to get Toby to sort of herd them away. But every time he chased them, the dog got really excited because they were running. I couldn't help the kid because I'm holding the dog. And then, because Toby is 4 and does not have any herding experience, one of the chooks got past him, and so he's pushing one away, and the other chook's just between the dog and the clothesline that he's tied up to. Stupid chicken! I got Toby to come back and chase that chicken, and then I had to get up and sort of herd it away. So I had my back to the dog, and then suddenly the dog comes pelting out behind me. He's broken the rope that tied him to the thing, and he just runs at it. I go straight into panic mode, and I'm like, shit, I have to get this chicken off the dog so he doesn't kill it. So I run after the dog. The other chicken's just wandering around eating my vegetables, like, whatever, nothing's going on. Chickens are dumb. I've gone after the dog, and then I realized that my 4-year-old son is outside about to witness chicken slaughter. So I shriek at him, Tobias, get inside the house. And he's like, what? Get in the house. You do that emergency mum voice, and he ran in the door, and the screen door at the back is like half solid and half wire, so he couldn't see out, which is really good because what happened was he was inside and I could hear him crying, and he was crying and screaming, and oh, it was awful. I suddenly realized that the other chicken is just wandering around the yard. So I went and scooped that up quickly, put it away, and then went after the dog, and we play chasies with the dog. So he's just like, yay, we have fun. And I'm like, no, give me the chicken. And so I had to get a stick to chase the dog so that he would get the idea that I was angry and I did not want to play. And eventually he dropped the chicken. And I'm really relieved that it was already dead. The whole time I was chasing it, I'm thinking, I'm gonna have to kill it. Because if an animal is mauled and in pain, you can't just leave it. And especially a chicken, because chickens don't heal. You don't take a chicken to the vet. Yeah, I was terrified that I was gonna have to kill it, but it was already dead. And so I chucked it in the bin, ignored the dog, and went and scooped up Toby because he was beside himself. He was so upset, crying his little eyes out and sobbing like the world was ending. It was heartbreaking. So I went and scooped him up, got him a drink of milk, and he took the milk. He's sitting on my lap and he says, I will drink the milk and that will make me settle down. Which is very cute. He was asking me really weird questions. He said, Mum, is blood coming out? And I said, yes, mate, I'm sorry. There was blood coming out of the chicken, but it's dead now. And he says, oh, did you put it in the bin? I said, yes, mate, I put it in the bin. It's gone, and Bear can't eat it there. And then Toby says, in all seriousness, but Mum, the bin will fill up with blood. And he was so sad. And I was like, it's okay, mate. There's a chicken, and that apparently soothed him. Oh my goodness. Finally settled down and we're watching Adventure Time, and then suddenly I was adrenaline shaking. Like you have to panic for a bit and you get things done, and that's what let me catch the other chicken and race after the dog, because you may not have guessed, but I am not a natural runner. The fact that I had to run laps around the massive yard to try and catch this stupid dog left me just breathless. So I've got the shakes and the wobbles, and so I said, oh, I think I need something to settle down. And I was thinking of the cider that's in the fridge, but then Toby, he's still got his little drink of milk, and he just goes, here you go. It was the cutest thing ever. I answered any questions that he had honestly, because I think that's the best way to communicate with kids, is to be honest. You don't have to be brutally honest, but honesty is the best. Later on we were playing, he started like flapping his arms. He said, look mum, look. And I said, Toby, did you just pretend to be the chicken getting eaten? And he says, no mum, I was the chicken biting the dog. So I think he'll be okay.